Welcome back to Reactor 4, where we tell you conspiracies and whispers about Chernobyl. In this one, it gets really chaotic. I have my guest on, Camden Pickett, and he's one of my best friends. We get so off track in this one. It is bad, but if you guys enjoy it, come back, look at more. Go look at our other podcast episodes right now, you little blank. But so this one, it gets really, really interesting, and we talk about Reactor Four being like a test, like a safety test. Camden tries to prove me wrong like a lot in this one, but it gets pretty funny. He talks a lot about the Duga radar, actual Reactor Four. Talks a little bit about the Blackbird of Chernobyl, Mothman, which go check out that episode too. But yeah, and then we get off track and start talking about He-Man and people's balls. So not intended for younger variety age group. All right, let's get into it. This episode is brought to you by Comrade Clean. Spilled uranium on your floor? Don't panic. Just grab Comrade Clean, the only cleaner that removes 99% of radiation and 100% of evidence. So this theory, the Soviet Union's official report says that on April 26, 1986, engineers at Reactor 4 were running a safety test, simulating a power outage to see if the reactor's turbines could provide enough electricity to power emergency systems until backup generators started. Something went wrong, and within seconds, the reactor exploded. But conspiracy theorists argue this test was a cover story, not the real experiment happening that night. According to this theory, Reactor 4 was secretly being used for military or experimental purposes, possibly connected to the Soviet radar or weapons research. So, they were using Chernobyl, the factory, to produce power and plutonium.
Yeah.
For nuclear weapons. That is a fact. We already figured that out.
This exploded around the Cold War time, and the Cold War was Russia and America fighting to see who could make more nukes, trying to be scary, right?
Yeah.
So I believe that could be true because Russia was trying their best to make as many nukes as possible, and they would use any factory, any way they could to make as many nukes as fast as possible.
So, some people believe that they were trying to make an early form of plasma or microwave-based weapon. What are your thoughts on that?
Microwave-based weapon? Could you explain that?
Like radiation.
Radiation. So, I was thinking of microwave as in like the thing you put your hot pockets in.
No, like burning people.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Russia's always taken everything to an extreme. I mean, so I would say that could be true. I'm not going to say it is true because I don't know. I don't think Russia's even dumb enough to try to do that.
Yeah. So, others say the reactor was initially pushed past safe limits to see how much power it could generate for military use, possibly for satellite energy transmission or to power underground military radar armies.
So that would be, I don't think they would do that. I really do not think that they would push it past its limits because they were running a sustainable power plant. They knew how to do it and they were doing it correctly. So they would know that that isn't safe, that's not going to work, and that plant was going to melt down. So I don't think they would do that.
So less than 10 kilometers from Chernobyl stood the Duga radar. Duga, I call it Duga. Okay. But it's actually pronounced Duga. A massive over-the-horizon radar system used for detecting U.S. nuclear missiles. It is believed by many that Reactor 4 provided power or testing energy for Duga. And the April 26th test was actually a synchronized experiment between the plant and the radar array.
So I don't know about that, but I would say that that was definitely used for the Duga radar because I don't see any other power plants that would have enough energy to power that system nearby, at least. So I don't know about that being a synchronized experiment.
That's the radar. That's how big it is.
Yeah, so you would need a power plant nearby with a lot of energy to power that. So yeah, I believe that that was used for the Duga radar plant, but I don't know about it being a synchronized test because I don't think they would risk their Duga radar system for a test because they would need that because Russia and America were neck and neck at the time. So risking any radar would mean death, basically.
Yeah. So, if the safety test was a cover story, what kind of weapon or experiment do you think was really being tested?
An intercontinental ballistic missile, probably like the ones that would shoot up into outer space, split into like 15 nukes, and then drop. I mean, that's probably because that's what was being developed at the time by both countries. So I would think that that would be what they were making. I mean, I don't think that that's what that was, but that would probably be my best guess.
Yeah. So, if you were a Soviet scientist at Reactor 4 that night, would you have gone along with the experiment or walked out?
I don't know. That would actually be a hard question because, on one hand, I would burn to death in a reactor explosion. I mean, it'd be quicker than if I walked out. If I walked out, I would still die. The only difference is I would be beaten or hung. Because Russia, they treated that as treason. In treason, they would beat and kill you for that. And so yeah, I think I'd rather be a scientist that stayed, because then I would die a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because Russia is merciless.
Oh, 100%. If you could access one secret KGB file about the Chernobyl test, what question would you want to be answered?
That's a tough question, actually. So the KGB file was where they held all the everything that happened on Chernobyl, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if I could answer one question, I don't know. I'd say why? What was going on? What were they trying to do? What was the attempt of the Chernobyl of what happened on Chernobyl? I want to know why they did it and what happened there.
Yeah. All right. So these rest of the questions I have, they're fun questions. Like,
All right.
I think they're pretty good. So, if the Chernobyl meltdown was actually a failed weapon, what nickname would you give it? The Soviet sunburn or the Big Oops?
Soviet sunburn.
Why?
Because it had the heat and explosive mass of the sun, and it was burning literally everyone
Yeah.
within a 100 feet radius.
This episode is brought to you by Glowco Nightlight. Because when the power goes out, you deserve to glow like a Soviet reactor at 1:23 a.m. So, if the Duga radar could talk, what do you think it would have said the night Reactor 4 blew up?
I'm getting tired. It didn't have any energy to it.
True.
Or what's that bright light over there?
Is that a bright light?
They're having a party without me.
Fine, I will let the next missile come on. Okay, so there was a previous episode I talked about the Blackbird of Chernobyl, which was essentially just Mothman.
Mothman? Who's
Yeah.
Mothman?
You don't know who Mothman is?
Like from SpongeBob?
No,
Oh, okay.
like the cryptid Mothman.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, anyways. So there were reportings of Mothman like a couple days before the reactor blew up, which is kind of ironic because every time someone sees Mothman, something bad always happens. So, do you think the Blackbird of Chernobyl was spying for the KGB or trying to warn the workers?
I don't know. Probably not trying to warn the workers. I mean, every time it shows up, it does something bad. So maybe it just wants chaos.
Well, really,
Maybe it was spying for the KGB.
it wasn't him doing the disaster. He was just trying to warn people. Like on the previous episode, go check it out right now. On the previous episode, we were talking about like he was just there. Like, what is he gonna show up with a bag of his tools? Go to the there was a bridge that collapsed, and they saw him there. He's just over there going, "I'm gonna unscrew this screw," just doing that, and then warning them, or like, but it didn't really make sense. But he wasn't the one causing them.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was his fault. I mean, Mothman is so chill, right?
It was completely his fault. No, I'm joking.
Mothman's so chill, dog. I hang out with him on Sunday.
That's crazy. On Sunday?
Yup.
Okay, so if Netflix made a series called Chernobyl: The Secret Weapon, what crazy twist would you add at the end? Mothman showing up.
No. I don't know. Chernobyl was actually the secret base of an evil villain who was making that weapon. Like Skeletor.
It was the KGB.
Skeletor was making a. Wait, Skeletor is involved with the KGB?
What? No. Skeletor.
They didn't tell me that as a kid.
Until we meet again.
KGB.
That was, dude. He-Man was great.
I'm pretty sure He-Man was homoerotic. Like, very homoerotic. Like, they have companies make homoerotic dolls, and then your parents buy them for you, and then they wonder what happened when you turn out gay.
Oh shoot! Yeah. So, would you rather spend night at the Chernobyl plant during the test, or camp under the Duga radar during a thunderstorm? Both you're gonna die.
So one way I get my balls zapped off, the other way I get my balls melted off. Let's see. Probably melted off.
Either way, it's hell.
I know. Probably melted off, because then maybe I'll get superpowers. Like the super nut. Defends crime against loose sperm.
So, sure. If the military experiment really opened a portal?
What?
What portal?
The portal to my basement.
All right.
You wonder where the melted.
For context, it's a question that I got from the web, and it said something about a portal. I don't know. I didn't read that portion.
It's the portal to Satan's ass crack.
PG-13.
My bad.
So, if this theory was made into a video game, what would the player's goal be? Stop the test, survive explosion, or uncover the cover-up?
What would the name of the game be?
No, what would the goal be for the player?
Try not to get your balls melted off.
What are the balls coming from, Camden?
Hey, my parents bought me homoerotic dolls.
They're He-Man action figures.
Yeah, and he's
the
practically
figurines.
Naked. He's practically naked.
Show me on the doll where they touched you. Just starts stroking. Just starts petting him.
Starts running his fingers through their hair.
Getting so off track, dude.
Yeah, but that's what's funny about a podcast. All right, let's get back on topic.
Yeah, I'm trying. What song do you think would be playing in the background while the explosion was happening?
Either Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden or Here Comes the Sun. Or no, it's Fortunate Son.
Paint It Black.
Ooh, Meltdown by oh damn it, who is it? It's like a rock band.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. Dude. All right. That's all I have of you being on. This episode is brought to you by Atomic Air Fresheners. Tired of that stale bunker smell? Atomic Air Fresheners now in scents like graphite smoke, ozone breeze, and Cold War vanilla. Thanks for watching Reactor 4. Until we meet again!